All right, another episode, real spit. So today we're going to talk about why it's necessary to tell the truth and to be yourself. See, so often in this new reality that we live in, where like the internet has pretty much warped the minds of everybody, and to understand more about that, you got to listen to my crash out live on YouTube. Please, I'll put up a link in the bio. But what's occurring is that because people are not living their truth, they get a false perception of what people really view them as, and it begins to warp their identity, and they begin to live a gimmick. And this is no truer in the Andrew Tate situation. Andrew Tate's like the ultimate form of faking it for the internet. See, like, when you start to live this false perception of yourself and you begin to lie and you finagle and try to finesse things, what happens is you never get a real read of how people truly perceive you. And at some point, you can't keep track of all the lies, man. Like, I don't care how intelligent you are or how smart you are. You can't lie forever. You can fool people some of the time, but you can't fool people all the time. And what's going to inevitably happen is reality is going to catch up to your bullshit, and it's all going to crash out. Or you're going to crash out, pretty much. Because eventually, there's a thing called time-tested performance, which is why, my great mentor always told me, the best way to judge people is by time-tested performance. How do people perform over time? So, yeah, when you first meet somebody, you might be like, oh, this guy's a good energy, blah, blah, blah. But over time, their true character is going to reveal themselves because people can only fake it for so long. Especially if you're a very truthful person. Like, I can read liars and bullshit, like, fucking within a minute, 2 minutes at maximum. Just looking at you, reading you, I can tell you're bullshitting me. And what I come to learn is the more I tell the truth and the more I really act like my authentic self, the easier life gets. Because I learn how to deal with the consequences of being me. Because the thing about truth is, people have to respond earnestly to how you behave. So, like, one of the things this is why fighting is such a very important thing to learn, or just doing hard things like building, fighting. This is why this is like a men's realm, because there's no way to hide who you truly are when you're building something or if you're fighting, because everything is like performance based. So if I go out there, if I'm truly a coward at heart and in my spirit, I don't have any real dog in me or fight in me, when I go out to contest in a bout against somebody who's a fighter, all my flaws and character is going to be revealed as I face the adversity. And see, this is one of the things that people really fail to understand when it comes to life, is that you can't escape adversity. Adversity is going to reveal who you are. And the longer you lie, the more you're just holding off the inevitable crash out or crashing of reality coming to you. So, like, say, for example, like a good analogy would be people who live this lavish lifestyle, but they're doing it on a debit card or credit card. At some point in time, that bill's going to be due. It might not be this year. It might not be fucking 5 years. But at some point in time, you're going to get that, where's my money at? And if you just been flogging and acting like the real top data, you're going to have to pay a real fucking price, because interest does not fucking play around. And you have to take that same concept and apply it to you as a person. You could put on the flashy clothes. You could tell all the lies. You got the smoothest talking, all that stuff. But at a certain point in time, reality is going to be like, who are you? And here's some challenges and adversity. What are you made out of? And if you ain't made out of shit, hey, bro, you're going to suffer a heavy consequence. And that's one of the things that you have to understand about life. And this is how people hit rock bottom. You only hit rock bottom if you're not living in reality. It's hard to hit rock bottom if you live in true to yourself. Because if you live in true to yourself, you're going to see the decline coming long before it even gets to you. And that's why you can correct course. And this is why being honest and being truthful with yourself more so than anything in the world. Like, fuck the world. You need to start being honest with yourself. A lot of people are very delusional about their circumstances in life. Like, you can go on the internet and play around like you're this big timer. You can tell all your friends, I got all the girls, I got all this. You can tell all your friends all this bullshit. But at the end of the day, when you look in that goddamn mirror, Yes, you. When you look in that fucking mirror, guess who's staring back at you? You. And if you're a fat, slobby motherfucker who hasn't been doing any real work, guess what? It's going to show itself. But if you've been diligent, hardworking, putting in the time and effort, you can look at yourself in the mirror and smile and say, you know what? I like the motherfucker I look at. And that's what you need to start to aim for, is to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I like who I see. And not just like, I love who I see. I respect who I see. I fucking want to make this guy better. How do I make this person better? And you got to start looking at yourself from a third person view. And that's the importance of the looking at reality. Because once you get out your head and you stop with all the lies and all the bullshit, you can just live life and just be happy. Because you already know who you are. You don't need nobody to tell you. You don't need confirmation from nobody. You don't need admiration or anybody. Because you admire yourself. Because you put the work in. You know that you read the books. You know you did the runs. You put the miles in. You know you went to work and did a hard job. You know you're striving to be the best version of you as best possible that you can with the information you have. And if you know that you're doing everything in your power to be the best person you can fucking be, hell, you can sleep good at night. The only time you have trouble sleeping at night and when you have those constant anxieties because you're not living true to the game. It's either game of reality, the game of life. It takes no prisoners. You're going to get exactly what you fucking deserve. You can best believe that shit. Look, and if you're getting a bunch of shit that you've been lying to get, guess what? At some point, reality comes knocking like, hey, where's my truth at? You can lie all you want, but reality's going to go, hey, motherfucker, where's the truth? And if you can't tell the truth to yourself, then nigga, I pity you. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care how many women you have. I don't care how many cars, clothes, mansions, any of that shit. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and smile and say, damn, man, I'm just happy to be me. Motherfucker, that's a sad existence, man. Because everything else can be taken away from you, but you can't be taken away. Even in death, on your deathbed, you want to look on your deathbed and say, man, I lived a hell of a fucking life because I was true to myself. I did what I wanted to do. I lived life the way I wanted to live. And God damn it, I can rest peacefully as I go into my deep slumber. So that's just my message for today, man. Make sure that you're telling the truth to yourself. Be true to the game. Don't let motherfuckers misguide you into thinking you got to be something that you're not. Because at the end of the day, they're being something they're not. And that's why I try to tell these young guys, listen, don't be me. You don't need to be me. You could take things that you like about me and apply it to your life and go be your own version of you. But don't be me. Don't copy me. Because I'm unique to me, man. You're never going to be me. You're always going to be just a copycat. And who wants to be a fucking copycat? Well, there are some people on the internet. I've seen guys who pretend to be The Rock. I've seen guys who are Conor McGregor impersonators. That's weird. For what it's worth, that's very fucking weird. I don't know why you would spend your life pretending to be somebody else that's famous. I can't comprehend that level of fucking delusion. But hey, I guess that they're being real to themselves. But all I'm trying to say is be truthful, be real to yourself. And when you're real to yourself, it's easier to be real in the world, and you'll get real consequences to who you really are. And you'll learn how to deal with it. And it gets better with time because then you eventually kind of know how people are going to react to you because you're getting real feedback of who you are instead of getting feedback of who you think you are or who people try to perceive you are, what you're trying to make people perceive to be what you are. So get rid of that fucking bubble. Dig deep inside yourself. Do the fucking work. And eventually your truth will start to expand into further territory. And as that truth expands, it becomes like your oasis. But it first starts in here. And here is where you need to start to really be truthful to yourself. So if you're fat, lazy, broke, can't talk well, can't speak well, can't read, can't write, then get to work. Put the fucking work in. It ain't that hard. Appreciate you guys listening. Subscribe. I also have consultations. Please start booking. I'm going to start charging you people because I'm getting great reviews. I'm too lazy to get to my website and put the fucking reviews up. But man, I talked to about 5 to 10 people already. They said great reviews. So now I need to start charging, nigga. Because, you know, this fucking Apex Sapien shit ain't free, nigga. I got video editors. I got people I got to pay. I'm a business, nigga. All right, have a good one, y'all.